Hi guys, happy Sunday to everyone that is watching. And to some of you that is already Monday, happy Monday, and I pray that you're gonna have a wonderful and a blessed week. So I am so excited to be live. I do know I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I am so fine with that. I thank the ones that I've had, the ones that have subscribed to this channel. I say thank you very much. And before I go ahead and say what I want to say today concerning the hair vendor, the human hair vendor source, I want you to understand that inside of you there's another person. But the one thing you need to do, you need to discover who you are so that you might be able to fulfill your full potential on this earth. You were created for a purpose. You were born for a reason. Don't just be live an ordinary life. You were created to live an extraordinary life. Just discover who you are. Believe in God, believe in yourself, and discover who the inner person is. And if you know who you are, you're gonna go like this because you won't let anybody talk you out of your plan, talk you out of your decision, make you feel less important, make you feel insecure because actually you know where you are. God bless you as you discover your purpose and who you are so that you may be able to reach your full potential. Hallelujah. Okay, so I want to talk about the sauce where you can. I didn't make a video like a couple of, let's say, 2 to 3 months ago. I'm not really sure, but it was like a couple of months ago, talking about hair vendor, where you can get your hair vendor. Like if you're a beginner and you want to start doing selling your own hair extensions, because like finding a vendor in hair extension business is something that is very vital. And actually you need to know actually what type of hair you're getting, because as someone that is just starting up a business, you don't want to start up your business with fake hair or with low quality hair. So you don't want to start your business with low quality hair. So as a beginner, as someone who just want to go into the field, what I mean by going into the field, like someone who just want to start your hair business, um in that video I advise you to use Google instead of using other source. This source that I'm going to reveal to you today is a source for people who know what they want, who can differentiate between good fake hair and real human hair. But because like this platform that I'm about to tell you guys is really congested. It's really congested, trust me. I can tell you that. But for someone who is new in the line, I will advise you to use Google. Google should be your friend for a beginner because first impression matters a lot in anything you do in life. So you don't want to start your business with the first impression when people buy your hair and they end up having bad hair. So you don't want that to happen. So I want you to know that apart from Google, where you can actually search for hair vendor, there's this site, but this site is actually based in China. And to be honest, as I said earlier, this site is very very congested. This site is very very congested. As like even me that I've been in the business for a while, sometimes I find it difficult to actually navigate through the site. But I want you to know that there is this site called Alibaba. So Alibaba is kind of like a website based in China. In Alibaba, you can find all sort of vendors. Anything that you want to do, anything that you want to sell, any business you want to do, a, you can find a vendor in Alibaba. So the website is Alibaba.com, is based in China. As I said earlier, and I'm still gonna repeat myself, this site that I'm revealing is gonna be, if you are a beginner, I will advise you not to go on this site. I will advise you to go on Google, because like if you search on Google, it's not as congested as Alibaba. So in Alibaba, if you I'm gonna concentrate here on hair extension, on virgin hair, because that's what I sell. I sell virgin hair. But me, I don't get my hair from China. I don't get my hair from that source. I usually get my hair from Indian, Cambodian, Vietnam, and Burmese hair. Those are the types of hair that I sell. I go directly to the country. But as I said, like if you want to go extended source, those are another source that you can get a vendor from. So what you do if you want to actually get a good vendor. So I'm just gonna walk you through the path of you trying to find a vendor in Alibaba. Alibaba, as I said, Alibaba, as I said, yes, thank you for watching. I'll prefer if you're just starting up this hair business, if you're just starting up, I'll advise you not to go to Alibaba. I'll advise you to go to search it on Google, depending on what type of hair you want to get. But if you know you're really into the hair stuff, you know what to do, then you can as well go to Alibaba. But let me tell you, Alibaba is really congested because you don't want to start your hair business with fake hair because you won't be able to differentiate which one is which one. So the Flonin or Sean, I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly. Is it Sean? I will advise you as a beginner to start with Google. So start with Google if you want to say hair from Indian. So just type hair vendor from Indian, or they're gonna give you a list of people who actually have website, and you can go on their website and start communicating with them as a beginner. But if you know you're really into the hair stuff and you know what you're doing, Alibaba too is another source. But as a beginner, don't start with Alibaba because there is really congested. It's a congested website. So for those of you who are really advanced in the source, Alibaba is good. So if you're going through Alibaba and you want to search for hair vendor, this is what I want you to type. There are techniques in you searching for hair vendor in Alibaba, especially cuticle aligned hair, because you don't want to deal with fake hair, because there's a lot of stuff, to be honest, a lot of fake hair out there. That's why you see everybody sells hair but not everybody sells hair. Everybody wear human hair but not everybody you wear human hair, if that makes sense. Because like I can put on my human hair, and when you look at the texture, you look at the style, it looks, oh, like you look at it, oh, that's a lovely hair. But somebody else might put on and say it's 100% human hair, but you just look, how that stiff texture, you can see the stiffness, you can see all the split ends coming down. That's the difference. So if you're sourcing in Alibaba, so let me I'm just going to give you some techniques in which you can actually source in Alibaba. And the thing is, you have to ask them questions. Don't ever ask them a direct question. Yes, because they're gonna tell you, like, for example, what I mean when I mean like it's a don't ask them direct question. Okay, for example, if you actually go there to source for human hair, don't ask them, or you don't ask them, is your hair virgin hair? They're gonna tell you yes. What do you expect them to tell you, that their hair is not virgin hair? No business guy is gonna tell you that, especially when they want to make sale. So you want to make sure you ask an open and close question, and not a yes or no question. Don't ever ask a yes or no question, because if you ask me, is your hair human hair, I'm gonna tell you yes. If you ask me another question, is your hair Brazilian hair, I'm gonna tell you yes, even if the hair is not from Brazil. Like, so don't you ever ask them such questions. So you want to make sure you ask them an open and end question. Like, for example, if you're going in to search for human hair vendor or hair extensions, so if you are if you see them and you want to contact them, after you, this is how you contact them. This is the way you should put your questions in line. And before you go ahead, I want you to type, if you go to the search engine, when you go to the website, so go to the search engine and type cuticle aligned hair. When you type cuticle aligned hair, you see the bunch of vendors that sells hair. Cuticle aligned hair is gonna come out, and all you have to do, you just have to start communicating with them. And don't ask a yes or no question. No. So this is how you're going to put your question. The first question you want to ask them, yes ma'am, cuticle aligned hair. It means like all the cuticle are intact, they haven't been stripped, because that is the main characteristics of a good hair. That is what causes the hair not to tangle, not to shade, and not to mend. Because like if the cuticles are not in a line, they are in like in the opposite direction. That causes like conflict, and before you know it, it starts tangling. That's why when you see people having their hair, you see the shade, it shades, it tangles, it melts because like the cuticle has been stripped. So you want to make sure that if you're getting a qualification of every good hair is just the cuticle intact. So you type, go to the search engine and type cuticle align hair. Exactly, yes, machine. That's what you're gonna type if you want to use Alibaba as a source to look for hair vendor. So after you search for that, you're gonna see multiple vendors or multiple manufacturers. They're gonna come out. So it's in your own place to choose which one you want to start communicating with them. So this is how you're gonna put your question. As I said earlier, don't you ever ask them a yes or no question. Don't you ever ask them that. They will say yes. At first, English is not their first language. So sometimes it's hard for them to communicate, especially when you're writing and typing and trying to find information with so much big English word. They don't understand. Not all of them do understand. So you want to keep your writing very simple, and you don't want to ask them a yes or no question. This is how you're going to ask them. The first question after you choose which vendor you want to communicate with them, just ask them where is their hair from. And if you this is the first question, ask them where is their source of their hair. It's all Asian. Any company or any vendor that tells you my hair is from Brazil, I want you to do this. Just mark an X. Put an X on that list, because you can't tell me you're selling Brazilian hair and you're living in Asia. Asia is different from Europe. You don't ever believe anybody that tells you my hair is 100% Brazilian hair. No, it is not. Any vendor, then you ask them where is your hair from, and they tell you my hair is from Brazil, or I'm selling human Brazilian hair. Mark an X. That's a fake vendor. He doesn't sell good hair. He might Yes, don't ask a yes or no question. It's a no. Always ask an open question where they can communicate with you. Like for example, what I mean by ask an open question. This is how you're gonna ask question. Don't ask them, do you sell Brazilian hair? Do you sell Indian hair? Do you sell is your hair from India? No, don't ask them. Exactly. Ask them where is your hair from. Ask them where is your hair from. When you ask them where is your hair from, you've given them an open conversation. They'll tell you actually where that hair is coming from. And any vendor that tells you their hair is from any of these European countries like Brazil, Italian hair, and all the other, like, no, don't believe on those vendors. Just mark an X. No, that's fake. To be honest, that's fake. So you want to make sure if they tell you my hair, okay, this is a Cambodian hair, or this is an Indian hair, or this is a Burmese hair, or this is a Vietnam hair, it's understandable. Why? Because China is close to Vietnam, or close to, yeah, it's close to Vietnam, something like that. They are all Asian countries, so they can deal among themselves and getting hair from that section. But don't let them not fool you, tell you no, I said 100% Brazilian hair. No, that's a lie. So you want to make sure you just cross an X, put an X on that vendor. So the next question you want to ask them, if they are the manufacturer or they are retailers, because some of them actually just go and buy hair and sell it, because you don't want to deal with like you don't want to deal with a middleman. You want to go directly to the factory, directly to people who actually have a manufacturing industry, that they do their hair and they themselves, that what they do, they just go and buy the hair from the temple and they do it themselves. That's what you want to ask them. So you ask them how is their hair process. You ask them how is their hair process. Exactly. No, don't ask them, are you a manufacturer or you are a retailer? Don't ask them. They're gonna tell you they are a manufacturer. Don't ever give them a reason Don't ever give them an answer to your question, because if you ask them, are you a manufacturer or a retailer, they're going to tell you, I'm a manufacturer. Just ask them, who are you? When it comes to it, just ask them, who are you? What is your industry? They're going to tell you if they're a retailer. Or don't ever ask them, don't give them an answer to your question. No, you know, just ask them, who is your company, where is your company based, what do your company do, ask them such question. And thirdly, you want to make sure, just ask them, how is their hair process, how is their hair, what is the quality of their hair. Don't ask them, is your hair good quality? No, don't ask them, they will tell you yes. So ask them, what is the quality of your hair, so that it will give them room for them to explain actually the quality of their hair. Ask them about the quality of their hair. So what is the quality of your hair? Don't ask them, is your hair critical aligned? They're going to tell you yes, because that's a yes or no question. So ask them, how is the quality of your hair? I need to know the quality of your hair. You ask them, those are the questions you want to make sure you want to make sure you yes, exactly, you want to make sure you ask them those questions. Ask them the quality of the hair. So from that answer, you're going to know what next you're going to ask them. And any manufacturer that knows actually what he or she is doing is going to explain you the basic aspect, the basic stuff of hair. And any manufacturer or any vendor that tells you about hair should be able to tell you about the cuticle of the hair, the wave pattern of the hair, the structure of the hair, the texture of the hair, and which is the most essential and the most important is the cuticle and line of the hair. And let them not fool you with this issue that I'll say you can dye it, you can color it, is gonna take to bleach. Bleaching, even if the hair takes to bleach, doesn't mean it's a good quality hair, because sometimes they just do combination, what I call jong hair. So what they do is, for example, I'm gonna give you this example. When you go to a store, like to a barbing salon, and you have people shaving their hair and all those leftover hair. There's some of them, that's what they do. They will just go in there and buy all those leftover hair, those hair that actually those companies, they'll kind of like straight in the short ends, and the throw it away. So that's what some of these companies do. They will just go and buy those hair and go to their factory and kind of put it together, coat it, and make it look all pretty and make it look all good, and they will sell it to us like Brazilian hair. And before you know it, it's 2 days. Yeah, when you color, you get the hair, you color the hair, it takes to color, and you're excited, saying, oh yeah, I got some human hair, it took to color, very good. No, it doesn't mean that if a human hair or a hair takes to color, or if you can dye and color the hair, it doesn't qualify that hair to be a good hair. It doesn't. What actually qualify a hair to be a good hair is the durability of the hair. That is going to be another video in which I'm going to talk about that. Is the durability of the hair, and the way, if the hair tangles, how the hair holds in coils, and how if it doesn't tangle, if it doesn't shade, if it doesn't mat. That's what makes it a good hair. It's not when you bleach the hair. So you want to make sure that you really actually know what you're looking for in a good hair. You're looking for This is what you should be looking for in the good hair. The style of the hair, it could be wavy, it could be straight. So what actually, if you take the hair and you wash it, you'll be able to come back to its original state. And yes, ma'am, durability determines good hair. And it's really, when I talks of durability, is vast. Sometimes when you get hair and when you bleach the hair, if it takes to color and we think that is 100% human hair, no. So to me, this is how I qualify good hair. If I get a hair right now from any vendor, if I'm trying to search any vendor, if I get that hair, so what I will do with that hair, I will not bleach the hair. So the first thing I'm looking on that hair, is the wave pattern on that hair, how that hair looks. So when I take the hair, I want to see the split ends. If you start having the split end, you have the split end from the top to the roots. Actually, that's not a good source of hair. Those are hair that have been stripped together and they're just coated in the manufacturer and they sell it. And secondly, you want to look like if you shampoo the hair, if it's a wavy hair, will it be able to come back to its natural texture, which is wavy? Because sometimes when they do that, they will do the coating and they will define the texture. They will coat it, defining like if it's straight, they will turn it from straight to wavy. And so what you do, you say you want a wavy hair, and they will give you the wavy hair, but when you shampoo that wavy hair, it will go back straight. So if you go back straight and it doesn't go back to wavy, no, that wasn't the, it means the natural, like the original style, or the original texture of that hair was straight. So it was straight, but it had to coat it to wavy. That's why it went back to straight, because that was its texture. So this is how I qualify good hair. If you get the hair, don't do wig with the hair. Forget about the bleaching aspect, first of all, of the hair. So get that hair, do a sewing on that hair. When you do a sewing on that hair, it is on your head. So sleep with that hair, do anything with the hair. So when you get up in the morning, and if it doesn't tangle or if it doesn't mat at the back, because that is what we want to see on the hair. The tangleness and the matness is what irritates customers, because nobody wants to buy a hair and it starts shading, it starts tangled, it starts meant, you don't want that to happen. And if it's just strand of hair is coming out, that's okay, that's not shading. Like for example, you have just one strand, two strand coming out of the hair, no, you don't consider that hair as no, it's shade or it's tangled. Those are just, it's normal, because even on our hair, it happens like that. You have your hair, some of your hair falling off. So I'm kind of like trying to answer your question, and so I cannot really actually follow the direction in which I wanted this video to go. But I hope I'm helping you, because you're watching me right now. Thank you very much for watching me. I hope this is really gonna help. I hope this helps you. Or if you do have any other question, just let me know. Um so you want to ask them the question, and the next thing you want to do to make sure actually to test the hair, then if you're satisfied with the answers and with the questions, so just a, get a sample of the hair. And after the sample, as I said earlier, don't do a wig on the hair, because some of us, especially on the YouTube videos, and they will send someone hair to reveal, and the person will make a wig out of it. You don't stay the wig doesn't the wig doesn't stay on your hair. Wig is good, but like for someone who want to sell hair, for someone who's looking for a vendor, I will advise you not to make a wig out of the extensions. Do a sewing out of the extensions. Do a sewing. So if you do a sewing out of the extension, it's going to give you more and more, it's going to really actually tell you if the hair is good hair or it's a bad hair, or if there's something that you can get, or there's a vendor you want to deal with. So if you do a sewing on your extra hair. So when you get up in the morning, try to see if it is, try to look at it to see if yes, do a sewing, don't do the wig. Do a sewing. Wig actually lasts longer, but you won't actually really get the results if you do the wig stuff, because what you happen when you do wig, you're just gonna put the wig and you take it out at night. No. But for someone who actually wants to use, who is looking for a hair vendor, if you get a sample of the hair that you want to test to actually see if this is someone you want to buy a hair extension from, you should do a sewing. Do a sewing on the extensions. When you do the sewing, it's gonna give you more, it's gonna tell you more if it's a good hair. Because if you do a sewing, trust me, if you get up in the morning with the sewing on your head and you start seeing that tangle, you can't even rub your hand through it. You know how normally you can rub your hair through your extension. So if you can't rub your hair, okay, so this is what you see right now. This is a synthetic unit right now. So if you can, when you get up in the morning, if you can really rub your hair through your extension, and if it start tangling, or at the back, at the nape of your head, you start having that matting right there, no, actually, excuse me, not actually, that the cuticle of that hair has been altered. Those what I call rejected hair, or what I call leftover hair. Those are what they did. So that's how you test. If you know you can actually, but if you put on the extensions, like if you do the sewings, if the sewing lasted as long as you want, give it some time, give it some time, but like do the sewings, don't do a week, because sewing is more, it will give you good result than you just making a wig. Because you think, oh no, it doesn't with a wig, because you're gonna put it and take it out at night, and it will not tangle, it will not really give you the full result that you want. But with sewing, you have it on your head, so when you get up in the morning trying to do your test, like rub your hand through it and the nib and try all that method. If it tangles and if it starts shading, or you're combing it out, it starts shading, and you style it, it doesn't really hold to coils, or it just fall that easily. The worst is the most essential thing that you want to look for when you want to find a hair vendor is the shading, is the tangling, and is the matting. That is the three most important thing to me. It's not even the coloring, that's the third thing, because you don't want people to spend their hard-earned money and you start having their head shade, you start tangle, and start meant they will not come back. And that's a bad impression. And and for someone who is starting, it's not good for your business. It's gonna rate your business really low. So that's what it is. So you make a week out of it and test it, and if it's something that you like, you go ahead and purchase the bulk that you want. And make sure you use PayPal, because Alibaba actually has a source where you can purchase directly using Alibaba credit card, or I think they call it IP something. I'm not really sure. I think they call it IP something. But actually, you have vendors that accept PayPal. You use PayPal so that you might be able to get your money back if you happens to fall in any fraud or something. Don't ever send them money through Western Union, MoneyGram, if you have not built that trust relationship with any vendor. Don't do that. I don't care who you are. I don't care if your company, your industry has been in Alibaba for 30 years. I don't care. I don't care if you're highly rated up there in security, or secure, whatever they call it. I don't care. If you have not built a trust relationship with the vendor, for you, don't you ever send the money through Western Union, through transfer, through MoneyGram. No, don't do that. Use PayPal. Use PayPal or use Alibaba source of checkout, because I think they do have it. And even if it happens that you want to go to Google to do the search for vendor, I'll advise you that those company that doesn't use PayPal is a no, don't ever buy. They will tell you, no, my country doesn't use PayPal, or no, we are not fraud. No, don't you ever do that. Always use PayPal to purchase your items. Always use PayPal, because PayPal is protected. If they don't send you the item, or if it's something that you don't like, you want to send back, you can open a dispute from PayPal, and they're gonna give you your money back. But if you send it through Alibaba or through Express Union, that's it, your money is gone. You don't even know them, you don't even know who they are, and it's in another country. How you gonna get your money back? So you don't want to do that. You don't want to be a victim. Always use PayPal. And I think that is pretty much. And you have another, you can do it, it's just believe in yourself. And it's gonna take a time, it's gonna take a while for you to actually see someone that you think, okay, this is what I was looking for, I got it. So, but let me ask you this question: are you starting up the business, or you are already into it? Please comment, let me know, so I should give you the best advice. Are you already selling hair, or are you familiar with hair, or you were just starting up? Oh, oh yes, 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 touch tie. It will be available, but I just pray that you'll be able to catch up, because I was trying to answer questions um from I forgot your name. I'm sorry. From somebody who was just asking me question. But yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna. I didn't want to put it live, but I'm gonna put it available so that you'll be able to catch up. Okay, so as you was just starting up, I'll advise you not to go to Alibaba because Alibaba is really congested. Alibaba is really crowded because like you can get it's a worldwide websites which you can get everything that you want and is based in China. It's based in China. You see how vast the website is. So my advice to you as a beginner, I will advise you to go to Google. Yes, I will advise you to go to Google, Sean. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I will advise you to go to Google. Google should be your best friend for now. And if you think you are satisfied or you know you can mingle your way through Alibaba, then you can go to Alibaba. But to me, my best advice that I'll give you as a beginner, because if you go to Google, I don't know what type of hair do you want to sell? What type of hair do you want to sell? Do you have anything in mind, Sean? Or you just want to sell everything that what type of hair do you want to sell, Sean? Okay, Indian hair. Okay, right. So what you want to do, go to Google and type hair vendor from Indian. They'll give you what Google will give you. They will give you just industry, specific industry from Indian that sells raw unprocessed hair. That's what you want to do. Because if you go to Alibaba and you type Indian hair, trust me, you're going to get confused and you will not even get that hair from Indian. I'm telling you out of experience, like because I know I've done it before, but they won't give you hair directly from Indian, but they will tell you that's an Indian hair. But we do have Indian vendors too from Alibaba, but you just need to know how to play your card. So what you do, you go to Google, and I'm gonna walk you through right now. I just want you to, if you have, just put a pen and a paper and just take a little bit of note. So when you go to Google, or if you have any question after this video, you can still ask me as well. I'm gonna walk you through. And I know last time I made a video about this and people were asking me a lot of my vendors, and I gave out 3 vendors and nobody even came back to like, okay, to say thank you. But this is something that nobody will ever do. People don't give the vendor out, but I did give. So I decided not to, because I realized me giving my vendor to people it's not going to help them, because they will just sit, and if they have the vendor and if they go in for the business and the business didn't really go the way they think it will go, they will back off. So what I'm going to do with you, I want you to go and type hair vendor from Indian. You type, no, don't type hair vendor from India, type raw Indian hair, raw hair vendor from Indian. Put raw hair vendor from India. So when you put raw hair vendor from India, you're gonna see Google is gonna give you list of vendors. I oh no, touchdown. I'm just doing this. I just like doing it. I didn't even want any pay or stuff. It's just the appreciation that really actually happens. But nobody ever came back and said thank you. And I did contacted those vendors, my vendors, and they told me yes, they had customers from that side. But I don't. It's just the way I feel. So, but the only reason why I've stopped, I said I'm not gonna send any vendor list again, is because I want people to actually work there themselves. Because business is something that you really actually need to put your all. So if I start giving them my vendor and the thing is easy, and when they start selling their hair and it's not what they thought it could be, they might back off. But if they put a little bit of effort and do everything themselves, and with assistance I can just walk them through on how to get the hair, it's gonna help. It's gonna make them more stronger and stronger and more determined, and they will not be easily to back up when the business is not moving. Okay, so Sean, I'm sorry about that. So you just go and type raw hair from raw Indian vendor, so it's gonna pop out. So when it come out, so all you have to do is they will give you a whole bunch of them, and just click. Some of them have Instagram page, some of them have Facebook, some of them have website. So what you want to do, you just have to click on the page, choose any one of your choice, then click on the page, and you see it's going to take you to their website, and it's going to take you to their contact. Then from there you contact them. Contact them and do ask them the same way I asked you. Don't ask them a yes or no question. Never you ask them a yes or no question. And secondly, know that most of these countries, their first language is not English. So if you're talking to them or if you're writing to them, communicating with them, make sure you use the plainest English so far so that they might be able to understand what you're saying. And trust me, since English is not their first language, the way they will respond the way they will respond to you, it will look like they're rude, but they are not rude. It's just the way they respond to their question. Because like when I started, I was like, "Dude, these people are so rude. What the customer service is they?" That's way back when I started. But like along the way, I came to realize that because English is not their first language, and some of them are really just trying to learn English, so they really sound rude in their writing. Um, yes, Sean, raw hair vendor from Indian, exactly. So when you type that, as I said earlier, don't ask them a yes or no question, because they will tell you. Don't ask them a yes or no question. Just ask them the same manner of question that I asked you. Ask them if their hair is raw hair. So what type of hair do they sell? But majority, with the differences between Alibaba and hair directly from those country, is that most of their hair, they might have a steam process hair, which is not bad, because all they do is with the steam process head, they just what they do, they just use just like a roller set and hot water to turn it into that texture. They don't use any chemical, they don't. But I'll prefer you to go to Google and type Indian raw Indian hair Indian vendor. That's it. It's gonna help you. Don't go to Alibaba. Alibaba is so congested. And so that's, trust me, you're gonna get good vendors. You're gonna get good hair from them. You're gonna get good hair. And you can try, as you don't just need to try just one. You can try as many vendors that Google is gonna give you. You can try them. And again, you can go to Instagram. You have a lot of them, a lot of these hair vendors from Instagram. You can go to Instagram and you still discover Indian vendors from Instagram. Then from there, you most of them communicate with them. What happened with the shipments you got in the video? In what video? I don't understand. What are you talking about, Michelle? Sean? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, please. What video? What shipment? I don't know what you're talking about. Can you let me know, please? Oh, yes. Yes, that hair was a steam process hair. So when I contacted that vendor, he told me that he sells just raw hair. So, but when they sent the hair, and if the hair is raw hair, this is how you can tell if the hair is raw or it is steam processed. Because normally when you're dealing with raw hair, it comes from different donors. Even if like the texture or the wave texture wanna be the same, it's not. For example, I got like 10 bundles, and all the wave pattern were the same, so it was a steam processor. But it's a good hair. It is a good hair, but it's a steam processor, because that hair is really good. I remember I did a sew in with that hair. It didn't tangle, it didn't shade. Is I'm not gonna badge or the vendor. It's a good hair. The hair is really good. And if you look at the only thing about the hair was that was a steam processor. And I don't want to, because when I tell people it's raw hair, I want people to believe that it's raw hair. I don't want to sell them steam processed hair. But it was a good hair. But it was steam processed. Steam process just merely means that So steam process just merely means that the hair was kind of like um, turned into the pattern that it was to make it more uniform. But it was a good hair. Okay, so I guess I've been here for a long time. I've been here for a long time. I just pray it helps you. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask me. I will still be able to assist you and to walk you through it. And I wish you all the best in your search and in your business. And please don't give up. The industry is a vast industry. Everybody is in the industry, so don't think okay you're gonna sell her, you're just gonna start selling. Yeah, you might work, god will bless you and you start selling the hair, but don't give up. Don't give up in your search. You're gonna make good money with the industry. You can do anything, but the thing is, don't give up. Don't give up. If you want to start a business takes times before it grows. It's just like a child. You have to take in, you have to be pregnant for 9 months. After 9 months, you have to, after gestation period, you have to give birth. The baby has to sit, the baby has to crawl, the baby has to work. That's how business is. Don't just expect business to grow overnight. So my advice to you is don't give up. Just stay true to yourself and believe in yourself. Believe in the work and take that leap of faith and keep jumping and keep jumping and keep jumping. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you and bye.